Hello everyone, welcome back Mommy Says English. Today is lesson 19. In this lesson 19, we will talk about school. I think school is very important place in our lives because you spend half of your days at school, right? You go there every day, literally every day, 5 days a week, and then you make friends there, and then you meet teachers. Teacher has a great impact on students' life, right? The school helps you grow, and then school helps you succeed in life. So I think the school is very important place to be. Today we will talk about school or about school. Okay, so if you go to school, what kind of subject do you study? Let's go through the vocabulary first, okay? So the subject you study, first of all, math, right? Maybe some people like math, some people don't. Personally, I don't like math, right? So you have to look at all the numbers and how to figure it out, right? How to solve the problem. That's the mathematics. But we usually call it math. And of course, you have an art class where you can draw and, paint and you do the craft. That's art class. Also, you learn about theories, right? And English. I love English. English was my favorite subject, believe it or not. So you learn English at school too. And music. Oh, I love music. You can sing and you can learn to sing. You can see all the notes. You learn about the notes, right? And then some people learn about instrument at school, right? That's a music class. And Korean, your language, right? Believe it or not, in the US, we have a ELA class, the language art. Okay, so kids are learning English in the US. Same as Korea, you guys learn Korean, right? That's the subject. Okay, also the history, you learn about your country, right? What happened long time ago until now. That's the history, right? Yeah, and then science. Do you like science? Do you like learning about plants, learning about planet and things like that? Science. And geography, learn about the world, right? And learn about the locations and land. That's the geography. And I heard we don't have the home economics here in the US, but I heard that the Korea from the elementary school, they have the subject called home economics, right? So you learn the practical stuff, how to sew, how to cook, things like that, right? That's the home economics. Next one, if you go to middle school or if you go to high school, you gotta learn biology, right? Also, there's a social studies, right? You learn about our society. That's a social study. Also, physical education. Your physics is very important. You have to grow strong, right? And then you have to be very robust. So there's a PE class where you can learn and, jump rope and things like that. Lots of sports in the PE class, right? I'm pretty sure everybody, almost everyone loves the PE, right? Okay, the next one, ethics. How to be moral, right? You guys have to be honest and you have to run the rules in our society. That's the ethics class, right? So those are the subjects, right? Let's repeat one more time. Math, art, English, music, Korean, history, science, geography, home economics, biology, social study, physical education, PE, ethics, right? Okay, so if you're talking about school, people usually ask, what do you have at school, right? What's your schedule? What subject do you have today, right? That's what people usually ask, right? Okay, one more time. What subject do you have today? What's your schedule? And you can say, oh, I have, or I study math, Korean, English, science, or I have math, science, and PE. Of course, when it comes to the subject, there is a question you cannot miss, right? The favorite subject. So what is your favorite subject? And you can say, my favorite subject is PE. My favorite subject is English, right? That's what you can say. And also you can ask, do you like study math? Do you like English, right? Do you like to study English? And you can answer if you like. You can say, yes, I do. I love it. Or you can say, oh, no, I don't. I don't like math. I don't like science. That's why you can answer, right? Okay. Also, if you go to school, what are the things you do? Let's talk about the procedure. When you get to school, when you arrive at school, the teacher usually check the attendance, right? The attendance means where you are present at school or not. So where you attend school or not, right? Check the attendance. And usually first subject starts and there is a break between the subject, of course, right? Usually in Korea, 10 minutes break. As far as I know, there is a 10 minutes break. In the US, yeah, very similar, like 5-10 minutes break. Also, we have a snack time. I know that in Korea there is no snack time, but in the US we have the snack time. So after the subject, there is a 15 minutes snack time. So, when kids can eat their snacks, right? Also, after third subject, there's a lunch time. Usually every, the grades, they have a different lunch time. Like the younger grade, they start lunchtime earlier than the old grade, right? So there is a lunch time. After lunch, there is a recess time. The recess means you can go out and play on the playground, right? So you can do some activity with your friend. You can hang out or you can play with your classmates. That's the recess time. Also, when school finish, of course you can say school finish, but in the US we say dismissal. Dismissal. So that means the school let kids dismiss the school. So kids can go home, right? That's the dismissal. So those are the, procedure, the timetable at the school. Okay, now let's talk about what do you do in each subject, right? So what do you do in PE? You can answer, I play soccer in PE, I do jump rope in PE, I run in PE, I play football in PE, things like that. And what do you do in art? I draw and paint in art. What do you learn or what do you do in Korean? I read the books, right? I talk about the books, you can say like that. And what do you do in English? We learn English, right? Of course, English is a language, right? So you learn the second language, right? Korean is a native language you have. That's going to be your mother tongue, first language. And English is the second language, right? So you learn English language, right? And what do you do in math? You do the math problems, right? A lot of numbers in front of you and then you gotta figure it out. You gotta solve the math problem. What do you do in music? I sing and play musical instruments, right? Yeah, so sing and play the instruments. What do you do in science? You learn about the animal or different kinds of animal and electricity, how the lights work, right? There is no human life without electricity. You cannot imagine without electricity. And have you ever wondered how the electricity works, right? You learn about the electricity and planet, right? There is a Mars, Earth, we live on the Earth, right? So you learn about all the planets, right? That's what you do in science. Okay, that's for today. And then we talked about the school subject. And next time, when I come back in lesson 20, we will talk about school rules. Okay, I'll be back. I will see you guys again in lesson 20. Bye!